Well, welcome back, my friends all, to another rousing rendition of Choir Boys Outdoors. Indoors. Listen, typically I do hard use or real world use reviews. I did some last week. I've kind of slowed down over the past couple of weeks. We're going to pick that back up here in the next few days. I wanted to take a little break from that. To give you guys a little break from that. I'm in transition with some different knives, some stuff coming in, some stuff going out. So what I wanted to do tonight, I've got all kind of knives right here. Now, if I don't clean it up, Megatron's going to kill me. But I want to just pick up knives and talk to you about them. We're going to probably go 15 or 20 minutes. This is going to be a knife conversation. This is the Junior Field Lore by William Collins Knives. It's an AEB-L steel, rosewood handle scales. It is a first production run. William Collins is an American knife maker out of Texas. This was gifted to me by Chris Hall. Chris, dude, I'm just blown away. I am a huge William Collins fan as far as his knives. He makes phenomenal knives, and he's an even better man. Just an awesome guy. I love William Collins knives. Now, I've had people say, well, Scab, I just don't care for him. You know, I understand it. And if I was the give a shit about what I show, care what you think about what I show channel, I would understand it more, but I'm not. And let me quantify that before people get mad or anything, because this isn't a wham thing. My channel, I want to show you knives. I want to show you knives that I like. I want to show me learning how to use them. I want to show some new companies that you may not see, but I don't sell knives. I don't get a paycheck from a knife company. And again, none of this is like accusatory or defensive. I just want you to know, if this is your first Choir Boys Outdoors video, I don't do a lot of links. I don't do that. And let me tell you why I don't do the links. I do some, and I will do some. I try to do some, but I'll be honest with you guys. This is the Puzon Predator Hunter Bowie. I would rather hold this knife out just like this and fall forward and hit the floor and let it run through my head than have to sit around and look up links. And again, I mean that as respectfully and sweetly as I can. I have a job, and this is like my hobby. This is my passion. This is my thing. So what I want to do, that's the Puzon Predator Hunter Bowie. Now I'm going to say with this knife here, it's from Work Tough Gear. It's made by, or it's designed by Dave Puzon. In December of this year, in a month and a half, I'm going to kick off Big Knife Challenge. Well, we'll just call it a Big Knife Challenge. And what I want to do is take knives, take big knives, take suggestions from the comments, right? And try a different task. If it's now, I'm not skinning animals. I'm not doing that shit. I'm not fighting with YouTube. I'm not. But anything other than that, you know, starting a fire, tri-stick, building a shelter, doing anything that you can do with a knife, carving, whittling, anything, we're going to try with a big knife. The thing is this. I love big knives. I just do. I always have. Always have. They just resonate with me. They speak to me. I love playing with them. I love just having fun with them. Part of it's just being a big kid. And inevitably, like tomorrow, I'll get the comment, I wonder how much he's compensating. Well, you know, I wonder why you're worried about another man's junk. Hey, you don't find that kind of weird, dude? I mean, really, bro? I can promise you this. There's a lot of things old Scabber sits around and thinks about that he shouldn't, but another man's dick ain't one of them. You know what I'm saying? I just want to throw that out there. Now, if you got kids watching, this ain't the video for that. All right, let's jump into this. So we got the Junior Field Lore. Love it. William, I'm going to do a review on it. Probably going to baton with it. I know how excited you get about that, so I thought I would. This is the Tops Mac 7. This is inevitably, somebody, Scab, can you fight with it? Well, guys, unless you're just an idiot, yeah. I mean, I can tell you this. At 53 years of age, right? Son, I've been rode hard and put up with. I got a bullet hole in this leg. I've had about 100 stitches in this arm. Both shoulders are shot. Knees are gone. Yes, I've lost weight. Yes, I move a little better. But I'm just going to be honest with you. If it comes down to a knife fight, I'm just going to shoot you in the face. I love you. I mean, if you're wanting to test your knife fighting skills, old Scabber's probably not the one, because I'm just going to shoot you, okay? Now, I'll stab you afterwards if that makes you feel better, you know? And people say, well, show a gun. Are you a felon? No, idiot. I was charged with felonies and acquitted. I don't show guns because I'm not a gun channel. Same reason I'm not going to skin a rat or a rabbit or deer on this sumbitch. I'm not fighting with you two. The Max 7 from Tops. I don't care if you like Tops. Don't care if you do. Don't care if you don't. And again, please take that with all the love that I can muster. This would be a fighter, right? It's a dagger. It is an assault weapon. It's an ambush weapon. It's a defense weapon. It's a last-ditch weapon. I've heard many, many theories on these serrations. Some say they're for bushcraft. Some say they're to make a deeper wound channel. I would tell you this: anything past here is just semantics, unless you know. So I'm going to go with maybe not bushcraft, but like strip and wire, things like that. I don't like serrations, but honestly, on this knife, I'm going to have to use it. There will be a review on this. Leo and Craig sent this to me to check out. It is discontinued. And again, I show knives that I want to show. And again, that's not me being an ass. Please don't take it that way. I would hope that you would find some of these interesting. And here's the truth. Y'all want the truth? Here's the damn truth. Some of these knives that discontinued, if there's enough interest, they may bring them back. This is a kick-ass knife. Feels good in my hand. I like the way it feels. I love the aesthetics of it, right? I'm curious about the coating. Now, my background, for those of y'all that don't know, I do sandblasting and powder coating. I'm very, very curious to see how this coating's going to hold up. I really am. If it holds up, great. If it starts to wear, I might take it down just to look at the surface prep. That it's just the thing I do. It's got a pommel that will strike the absolute dog shit out of you. It's just a really good looking knife. The reason that you don't hear a lot about self-defense on this channel is this. I've never taken any kind of discipline. I'm just an old barroom brawler. I raised hell for years and years, never took any courses. So I don't want to come at you. I never want to bring to you anything that I either watched on another video or I'd be just lying about or speculating about. I take self-defense seriously, and here's the things that I use for self-defense: common sense, situational awareness, and self-awareness. Okay. I have been shot. I've said stabbed, not really stabbed, more jugged. I've been run over. I've done all that when I was younger. As I've gotten older, I've had less problems. Why? I've used common sense. I've not gone in places to put me in that spot. Now, we've seen over these past few years, man, anything can happen in schools and church, and you should always be aware. Always know your surroundings, right? But I'm not going to go to a place I don't need to be. At my age, or any age, you shouldn't, but at my age, I'm not going to put myself in that position. If Megatron and I go out and two guys are arguing, I'm not getting in the middle of that. I would step in maybe to help a kid or a woman, but even then, I'm not a hero. And please understand, I'm not scared of anybody. If I can see you, I ain't scared of you. Just truth. And that's not being a tough guy. That's just being honest. Just being real. I've been through all that shit in my life. But I'm not going to jump into grown men's business when I have no business there. Right? Situational awareness. Self-awareness. I'm 53. I feel good. I've lost 85 pounds. 25 years ago, I'd fight a wall. Hell, 15 years ago, I'd go to war with a wall. I was big enough, strong enough, tough enough, I could withstand the damage. At 53 years of age, I'm not going to be able to fight for near as long. I'm not going to be able to sustain the damage. So if I'm only going to get in that situation if my life is in jeopardy. And if my life is in jeopardy, God forgive me, I'm going home and they're not. And then we'll deal with the legal ramifications. Why? And somebody, well, you ain't tough enough. Not anymore. Not anymore. You're not going to hurt me. You're not going to beat on me. It's not going to happen. So that's why with self-defense, survival. I don't talk a lot about survival. I don't know a lot about it. People say, Scab, you ain't got a bag for the apocalypse. I've thought about it. But I'm going to be real honest with you. That just 100% coming to Jesus right here. I ain't running to take a shit in the woods because the world fell apart. You realize that the entire world's population is going to the woods, not me. Say, what are you going to do, Scab? You're going to die. Well, here's what I'm going to do. I got a list of people I don't like right there in that notebook. I'm going to take as many of them sons of bitches as I can. What about Megan? Megan probably be right here beside me. She's batshit. She's just crazy as a bedbug, son. Love her. God bless. Hot as she can be. Batshit crazy. So we're going to kill as many people as we can, and then that's our survival plan, and we'll get killed, and we ain't got to worry about it. And there's nothing wrong with it. I just, I mean, and some of y'all need to really start thinking, survival. I like all the survivalists on Facebook that's going to do all this till the power goes out. And then every 5 minutes, you got to hear them bitch about not having power and sweating to death. I worry about your survival tactics. This is the Emerson Vindicator. I have an Emerson in my pocket every day. It's either this, the CQC7, or the CQC8. I don't base my knife choices, and you should not either, on what anybody else says. I base my knife choices on carrying knives and use them, and so should you. Don't even listen to me, please. Get your own experience. Experience tells me I can use this knife. Experience tells me Emerson holds up. Now, I'm going to tag every knife company that I show in this video in the description. I don't know if I mentioned it. Lucas Carroll, best handle scale guy on the planet. I'm going to put a link to Carroll's Custom Scales. You can use Scab, all caps. You get a 15% discount. But if you want to look up any of these, again, this is a discontinued model. But now listen, Emerson's got a lot of models that's very, very similar to this. So while you might not could get a Vindicator, and look on the secondary market. My guy Sabo sent me a Vindicator that I could give to my son, which I did for his graduation. So these are on the secondary market, but there's like the Commander, the Super Commander. Emerson makes a lot of good knives. I personally carry one every single day, no matter what, whether I show it in the mornings or not. And it's typically the Vindicator. And here's the thing, it's tactical. It's tactical. Now this is tactical. This is not tactical. Ernie has taught Special Operations Forces how to use these, how to fight with these. So I don't consider that tactical, right? It might be tactical for me because but it's got wave technology. But experience tells me that this knife goes through hell. I've put it through hell. My CQC7 is my go-to-hell knife. Let's keep it moving. One knife I got to show you, my Rosecraft Otter Creek Barlow. Y'all see it every day. I've got a bet coming up with Mr. Andy. Georgia's playing Tennessee in the next few weeks, and here's going to be the bet. If Georgia wins, they're going to. He's going to let me give away a couple of their more expensive knives. So we'll be doing that. All right. I adore a Barlow knife. Absolutely, hands down, adore it. Perfect TDC, today's damn carry. That's a term I am using more and more. And you know what? I said that about the EDC and all that. Y'all can have it. The gatekeepers can have it. I'm not even being mean anymore about it. The more I think about it, TDC just fits me in what I do, today's damn carry. I don't need another moniker. TDC, that's mine. And again, not even being an ass. Today's damn carry. I carry a couple of the same knives, but I try to mix it up. I'm a knife channel. I want to show y'all some different looks. This knife, every day, if I don't carry it, I throw it in the car, not just to cut with it. This sumbitch gets used and used and used and used. Big shout out to Rosecraft Blades. If Georgia wins, I'm going to give away a couple of their higher end knives. If Tennessee wins, I got to wear a Tennessee hat and sing a verse or two of Rocky Top. Now, y'all know how good I can sing, so I'm not worried about it either way. All right, favorite folder on the planet, the Spartan Harsey folder. I've got 2 hard use videos on this sumbitch. It is tough as nails. It's elegant. Yes, it's a little more expensive, but it was gifted to me by Brandon Thrasher. I'm probably going to pick up another Spartan Harsey folder soon. These are just workhorse. And I've had people say, Scav, a knife that expensive I wouldn't use. And you know what? Here's the truth. I may use it more because it was a gift. But once I started using it, I've got full confidence in this thing. I carry this a lot on the weekends, a ton. I believe this is S45VN. I believe those are the high-end aluminum handles. I might be wrong. Let me check that. I'm not sure on the handle scales. I'd rather not tell you than tell you a lie. It's S45VN. This thing is a damn tank. I love it. And Bill Harsey, I talk to him maybe once a month. I need to call Bill this week. Great guy. We talk about logging and axes. That dude's a wealth of knowledge. I'm going to talk to Bill every time he calls, and I'm going to call as much as I can. That guy is an American treasure and a hell of a knife designer. Moving on. I'm going to pull out 2, the Bush Ranger from Cold Steel and the 6-inch tie light, Lynn C. Thompson edition. Joe and I had Lynn C. Thompson on Blade Talk with Scav and Joe. I'll link that in the description as well. Now, listen, It's October the 22nd. Some of these links might go in Wednesday the 23rd. If by Wednesday the 23rd evening you're not seeing what you want to see, please just leave me a comment. Scab, what's the link to this? I want to link that interview. It's one of the best interviews we've ever done. The thing with Lynn is this. Everything Lynn C. Thompson designs in a knife is for knife fighting. I did not realize that until we interviewed him. I mean, every aspect. If you mention a certain knife to him, he'll tell you the pluses and minuses from a fighting knife aspect. This knife, they tapered here so that you can hold it back here in the sweet spot with that pommel and really thrust. I mean, really thrust. I was amazed that once I started talking to Lynn and Joe started talking to Lynn and he started breaking down his reasoning on certain knives, you can see it. It's amazing. This would be, I carry this knife a lot. This knife gives me some reach. And really, truly, honestly, what do we talk about? Common sense, situational awareness, and self-awareness. Here's the thing. If I ever really get back in, I mean, just really, and let's not even from a person, I walk every night. There's a damn pit bull, and I love dogs with all my heart. I'd rather hurt a human before I hurt a dog. But there's a damn pit bull that if he ever got loose, he'd tear my ass up, and it would break my heart. But I'm not getting hurt. Again, I don't even like thinking about that. And please understand that. I love all animals. Y'all seen me camp out with a damn cat Friday night. But I like having this knife for a little length and security. This is a tough knife. People that say it ain't just don't know what the hell they're talking about. Which, that's just the internet. You can't worry about that shit. Now, we're going to try to move forward. The Bush Ranger. Something about this knife just appeals to me. These bastards are $59 on Midway USA. Wave Technology, G10 handle scales, the S35VN. $59 on Midway. It's about $120, $130 usually. I just like this knife. I'll carry this knife a ton. I just got it. Let's keep moving. This knife I love. This is from the 40s. It is, let me look at it because I'll screw it up. It's a PAL RH-36. I love this thing. Dimitri sent this to me to check out or to have. It's thin. He said it's ground to zero. He did an amazing job. Stacked leather handle, the balance pommel. And let me say this, 411 Outdoors, 411 Outdoors did a video the other day on the K-bar. Y'all know I have a sweet spot for the K-bar. It wasn't a review. He did a different tack. He just talked about the knife. I really like 411 Outdoors. I love his channel. Check him out. Seeing this knife kind of reminded me of that K-bar. And I'll tell you the truth. There's a lot of you guys that I watch that I don't say a whole lot. He's a channel I watch a lot. He has a real common sense, easygoing approach and is very knowledgeable about knives. But Dimitri, brother, thank you so much. Now, this thing's a stick tang, but it is sharp as shit. So we'll do some slicing with it. This is one of those knives, honestly, I'd say it's a fighter, and again, I'm not a vet, I'm not any of that, bear that in mind, but that's just the feel. When you pick up a knife, you go, ooh, I could do some knife, That's just kind of me. Leather sheath, he also made me another leather sheath with it. Awesome dude. If I haven't covered the snook, or if I have covered the snook from Blackwater Knife Company, forgive me because I'm going to cover it again. Tim Huggins, the owner of Blackwater Knife Company, is the designer of the bonefish and the snook. This is a multi-purpose, multi-use knife. It is absolute badassery. I carry it a lot. It is highly functional. Check out Blackwater Knife Company. Right now they're growing, they're building, they're doing things in drops. Jacob from Very Good Knife Company is OEMing these, or OEMing the knives. He does a phenomenal job. This is a knife. I've got it out. I'm going to carry it tomorrow. Multi-purpose, multi-use. Another multi-purpose, multi-use that I love is the Nomad Bushcrafter. This is the Scandi Ground one. I've got to sharpen it up. I use this thing a ton. I also have the Saber Ground one, but I've got to where I just carry the Scandi Ground one a lot. I love it. It fits great in hand. Check out like DLT Trading, check out Knife Center, check out Work Tough Gear. With Work Tough Gear, guys, tomorrow's Work Tough Gear Wednesday. With Work Tough Gear, remember, they're not just at Work Tough Gear anymore. Check out DLT Trading and check out Knife Center. Last two, and we're going to wrap it up. I know it's been longer. Well, I'm going to do three. First of all, big shout out to Patrick from Cass Iberia. I believe this is the A-Trim Cutlass from Kingston Arms. I believe. I freaking love this sword. I'll try to put a link to it. Patrick is an awesome dude. Had him on Blade Talk. I'll try to put it in the description. Another great guy. Check out this sheath, man. Full leather sheath or scabbard. Well done. This is what I've cut a pumpkin with it. I'm going to try to probably it might be a week or two, but the next time I get some legit time, I'm going to buy a bunch of pumpkins and different stuff and just have a cutting type day with it. Adore this. Now, this is, I want to say, a feast dagger. Patrick sent this as well. I noticed, I saw it on the live. Dude, this, and I'll do a review on it and all that. Sometimes, guys, I always need to do the reviews and the use reviews. That's what we do on the channel, right? We do these videos rarely, but we're going to start doing more, just shooting the shit from the kitchen. That's just badass. And listen, this was a knife that you could have used at the table, right? To cut meat, cut slices of meat, obviously. Cut somebody. Any kind of little task you could have used this for. It's a dagger. It's I mean, that's what it's for. Little thing you probably could have carried on the inside of your belt, a leather slip, leather sheath, something like that back then. But you would have used this knife for everything. You really would. It's got a great balance. When I do the review, I'll let you know the steel, the balance. Kind of a wicked pommel right there. And it really does not get in the way of stabbing because you have that guard there. And trust me, I stab everything, so I'm well aware. Love this thing. Couple knives, let's go over and then we're going to wrap it because we've been a little longer. This is the Sean's Bulldog. Donnie B. All Day, my brother from another mother, sent me this thing to check out. I have a hard use video on it. I freaking love. I didn't know anything about Sean's, German knife maker. Dude, this thing is amazing. This is one of those knives, and all these knives, guys, you see stuff on them. We've got something around here. I spend more time when I'm getting ready to send something back, cleaning it up. But that thing, look, that's just got an old school kick. Now, this to me is one of those old school fighting style knives, right? And Donnie sent me a box to check out. My goal this weekend, really, truly, honestly, is to buckle down. Let me do another quick shout out. Jed Hornbeak is an amazing maker. He's fixing to drop some more of the Choir Boys custom knives. But Billy from Apex Alchemy, great channel, Billy and Miss Courtney, sent me this kukri to check out, and I've had it too long. It's the bow tie kukri. I've got a hard use review on it. I sent it to Donnie. This thing's just wicked, man. Love this. If you don't know who Jed is, check him out, man. Check out Billy from Apex Alchemy. Let me show you a couple Donnie sent me to check out, and then we'll wrap it. This is one Donnie made. I'm really curious to check this out. Homemade sheath. I like the rhinestones he's got there. It's like a gladius. This is definitely a stabber. I thought, now I'm sure this was from another blade that he's kind of cut up, right? And he's done, but you can tell it's for Donnie's hand, but it fits good in hand. Damn good looking little stabber. Kind of weathered, kind of sharp. We're going to have some fun. I thought it was a thrower. I'm glad I asked him before I just went out there, because he throws everything. I'm not as good a thrower as Donnie is. Also, 411 Knives is an awesome thrower. All right, so I'm going to show y'all this one. Well, hell, let's look at this one too. And then we'll wrap it. I mean, what else you got to do? This is that's not a knife. This is a knife. Now, it comes with a honing rod and some crocodile teeth. You got to have that. Full leather sheath. Now, this is the one that Donnie redid the handle on, right? This is the Outback, I believe. That's just a sweet, look at that. Look at that. The Outback from Down Under Knives. Absolutely adore this. Now, I got to get with Donnie before I do the actual review. I'm probably not going super hard on this thing. I don't know much about, I'm thinking it's a stick tang. I want to be careful, but in hand, man, it feels amazing. Love this thing. So there's that one. We'll be doing that one pretty soon. And again, it might just be a lot of cutting and slicing and talking with an Australian accent. This thing I'm intrigued by. This reminds me of one of the old school American hunting knives. Show you up close. Leather sheath. Really good job. I don't know much about this one. I'll have to ask Donnie. That's just like old school, right? Kind of got that recurve, kind of a fighter, kind of a harpoon blade. Sharp as shit. Wood handle. I'll have to get with Donnie on this one. Handle scales are pinned on. It looks like a full tang. We'll have to find out. That's just wicked, man. I really like that. This would be one, this would honestly be one that I think you could get like crazy razor sharp and just kind of carry on the woods if you needed just a backup kind of a get off me type blade. It's great balance, feels good in hand. Listen, guys, thank y'all for hanging out with me. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for all the love and support. There was a time in this country, guys, where 22 veterans a day took their own lives. Now, stats are everywhere. We know they are. We talk about it all the time. That's why here on this channel, we focus on the number 0. Anything over 0 is simply unacceptable. Vets, we love you. Man, you have a place here. Guys, I back the blue. Now, I want you to listen to me. There's a lot that goes into that. I'm not one of these guys that runs around in those T-shirts and does all that and throws it in your face. I don't throw anything in your face. That's something that I believe in. You don't have to. I'll get guys leaving some long diatribe. I never read that. I don't mess with what you believe. And I'm not asking you to believe what I believe, but I believe in my heart. And it's not all what you think it is. Because somebody inevitably will back the blue till it happens to you. It's happened to me more than it's happened to you. I have my reasons. Finally, if you are an addict, and I am, God knows I am, struggle with it all the time. Never quit quitting. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. I did. I had fun. We'll be back to the reviews at the end of the week. Happy Work Tough Gear Wednesday. I'm Scab. You're not. I'm gone, son. Love y'all.